What is up, guys and girls? Hurricane Liz here, and in this video we're going to talk all about audiobooks. How do we get that thing ready? How do we get started? We've got our topic now. What is the next step? So we've got a lot of information packed into this video to show you the right way to get your audiobook started so that you can make some sales. So I'm super fired up for this video. I hope you're fired up. Let's do this. All right, so we're here on Amazon, and I'm just going to head on into the book section. And what we're going to do is we're going to look at a couple different random audiobooks and see what's going on. And I'm going to describe to you the things that you have to consider when you're creating your own audiobook. So we're just going to jump into the section that is, in fact, we'll talk about a hot topic right now. We'll talk about NFT. So we're going to look at NFT for beginners, and we're going to switch into NFT for beginners, NFT for dummies, and so forth. And I really want to see what section these are in. So this one right here, NFT for beginners, 192 total reviews. And let's take a look at what category this particular book is in. That way we can sort of see where all the rest of the NFT categories, NFT books are in. So this is in the optical character recognition software, electronic data interchange. I mean, it's a wonder why this thing's a bestseller. That again, I talked about that in one of my videos about how to make yourself a bestseller even though you're in a completely unrelated category. And that's what a lot of people do. It's a trick. It's been working for quite some time. I'm surprised it is still working in the book niche, but at some point or another, it's going to get thrown down. And possibly, it's possible that a lot of these are in the electronic data interchange section, which doesn't make any sense. This is in the business accounting software computer. And then lastly, the personal finance software books. Let's look into that. Let's check that out. I'm guessing a lot of this is going to be stocks and things like that, mastering QuickBooks accounting. Here's one on Bitcoin. So yeah, there's a lot of them that are in this, but my guess is that this one is where it belongs, but it's gonna be difficult to rank something in the top 100. That's why a lot of people go for the electronic data interchange one. And let's go ahead and just peek into that one and see what kind of books are available in that. Because ultimately, this is gonna be an important decision that you do have to make when your book is all ready to go. You're gonna have to list it in something. And here we are, a blockchain wars, biotech, and then we've got shit I can't remember. How fitting that book is in the electronic data interchange, which shit, I don't even know what that is about. So very fitting that they're both on there. We've also got a Samsung Galaxy S22 book, but let's just look at NFTs specifically for beginners. So let's say I decided and all my research led me to doing a book about NFTs. I'm going to first go into the search and type NFT. I'm going to be in the book section, and here are the subtopics that come out. This can be a book about NFT for beginners, handbook for dummies 2022, investing for beginners, book for beginners, handbook for beginners. So it seems like those are the leading books that are on the topic. So I'm just going to go ahead and click into NFT for beginners. And the whole purpose of this particular exercise is I've already chosen the subject that I'm going to write my book about, and I'm going to now look through all the other books to see what sort of keywords they have surrounding them, to see what the title is, and to see what the subtitle is. And I've also gone through this search bar, which is what you'll want to do when you pick your primary keyword. You'll want to see what are the secondary phrases that come up along with your primary keyword, and you'll want to jot those down. So you're just going to have this nice, good list of other keywords that supplement your primary keyword, in this case it being NFTs. And so now I've done that. I've jotted all these down. I've noted that handbook for dummies for beginners for 2022 for investing are all pretty good sub keywords. So now I'm going to go and look at the titles, and I'm also going to take a look at which covers stand out. Like I really like this one with Ben Franklin with these glasses that say NFT. Even though these glasses have nothing to do with NFTs whatsoever, guess what stands out? That little NFT up top, these ugly glasses, right? So it's clear as day. We all know what Ben Franklin means, and we all are attracted to that. And that's why that one stood out versus, what am I going to learn from this goofy guy in a suit? I mean, is this goofy guy really is he the one that wrote the book? What else is it? But I certainly don't want to dress as poorly as him, and I certainly don't want to be him. That's the whole point of this. You want to be able to make a title that stands out. Here's something from Ray Dalio. All you got to see is Ray Dalio in the title, and you know a billionaire is involved with this. So, okay, let's see what else we've got. This stands out a little bit because it's pixelated. So I'm going to start reading these off. We've got the NFT handbook, how to create, sell, and buy non-fungible tokens. So I would jot that down. We've got the NFT for beginners to advanced. So it clearly states that it's beginners to advanced. Non-fungible tokens and crypto. Art for investors and business, how to create buy. This one versus this one, like notice the two differences in titles. This one is keyword stuffed. If we actually click into this, we can kind of have a better understanding of what it's about. You want to make sure that your title reads well. So we'll talk about that in a future video. But for now, this particular one right here is really not doing too well. Like the whole title thing, I mean, because does this read well? I'm going to read this out to you. NFTs for beginners to advanced non-fungible tokens and crypto art for investors and business, how to create, buy, and sell. It's a little too much, and plus the way that they capitalize the entire thing is just really poorly done versus this other one. If we go back to this other one, I think this one is a pretty solid title. It reads well, the NFT handbook, how to create, sell, and buy non-fungible tokens. Get straight to the point. So what I would do now is, so we've got the topic, we see a couple different example titles. I would jot a lot of those down, because really what it comes down to, this portion of the book, is what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to create 3 really important things. The first is the title. You're going to want to do the exercise that I just did, which is click into each individual listing that's maybe in the top 20, read through the title, find one that's really solid, find a couple that are really solid, and then mesh those together somehow and create your very own title. So title is number 1. It's very important. You want to have an understanding of what the overall scope of the book is going to be about. And you also want to present this to the ghostwriter so that they clearly understand what your vision is for the book and what the title is going to be. Later on in the future, then you of course have to organize this for the ghostwriter so that they can go ahead and write an entire book on the subject. But again, you're going to need a good quality title. You can also choose to create the title last, just so that you can first do the research phase of the collection of all this information that you're going to want to put into the outline for the ghostwriter. And the second thing that you're going to want to do is you're going to want to jot some ideas down for what the cover should look like. So this is all about thinking of what the cover is going to look like. You're going to want your title. You're also going to want your subtitle, but you're going to want some sort of design. So if there's any particular books that you enjoy the design, it's important to kind of make a note of those. Keep the link somewhere, collect them on a page. That way you can hand that to the artist or the person that you're going to use to outsource the creation of this cover. And again, as I pointed out, I really did enjoy the Ben Franklin one, so I might just link that in a design brief that I'm going to create for the artist that's going to be in charge of making this cover. And so I'll go through the rest of this, spill the NFT. Like, these guys just went all out and put caps. So that's kind of a bad idea. Don't ever do that. Here's an NFT for beginners, making money with non-fungible tokens. That's pretty straight to the point. It's very brief. It's very concise. That's very attractive if I'm a person that wants to make money with NFTs. This one's NFT non-fungible tokens, investing guide for beginners to advance 2022 and beyond. And this is, again, this is just a whole keyword vomit. I need to see this as a person interested in buying this book as much as a bald guy needs a comb. So that should go and tell you that this is just too much vomit on the page. And again, the cover, it's okay, but I do enjoy this bear one. It's kind of interesting, but still this one stands out as well as this one. The rest of them are pretty plain. You always want to make a cover that somehow stands out. So this one stands out to me immediately. It's pretty nice. Some of the rest of them don't. Like, this is just a bunch of vomit on a page, and there's no telling what it is. This one looks like a casino, and you don't really want to associate NFTs with a casino, because then people are going to think they're gambling, as if they're not, right? So that's how that stands out. This is just horrible. It looks like some 6-year-old made it on their computer, and who knows, it could have been a 6-year-old that wrote this thing. But look at this, Metaverse and NFTs, beginner's guide for investing and making money. So there's a lot of amateurs on this topic here. I'm not saying everybody go out there and make a book on NFTs. Let's check the numbers with Zonbase, which is a pretty decent way to figure out what these guys are selling per month. All right, so the average monthly units sold are 30, 1363, and 397 monthly revenue. It's not a very competitive niche. However, I do imagine that the guys that are at the top of this are doing pretty well, and you can also use advanced tricks in this, like putting a landing page in the book itself and possibly siphoning off some traffic for yourself to be able to sell something else, right? So again, big 2 things are title, cover, and then the last and final thing, we're going to go into this well-made book because it does have over 200 reviews. It's $15.99. It's been selling pretty solid considering the number of reviews, and they are running ads on it. So that tells me that it's doing well for them because they are running ads. So let's click into this book and let's have a peek at what it says for the description. So this is another portion of this whole thing that you're going to need to write out. And so again, you want to go through these descriptions on all of the available books that you deem as very quality, and you want to jot down ideas. Like in this sense, they put some bullets, but you also want to grab additional keywords that you see here in order to get that all together, and then have a better understanding of what your niche is and have a better overall understanding of what you want to convey to the ghostwriter to write out for you. So that's pretty much a general rundown of what you're going to have to do in order to create the book. We're now getting into the meat and potatoes of creating this audiobook. And first and foremost, it's got to be a Kindle book. So that's what we're doing. We're compiling this information. We're going to now take it to the next phase, which is writing our own title, creating or having our own cover created. And then lastly, trying to figure out what we're going to put in the description so that people know if this is what they want to buy. So that's pretty much a wrap for the next step in the audiobook process. I promise we're going to get to the audiobook section soon, but first, like I said, we got to get that Kindle book out. Questions and comments, post them below. I always personally answer, and I'll see you guys next time.